Damn Yankees is the iconic Broadway show playing at the Marriott Theatre April 12th through June 4th. Heidi Kettenring here to chat all about it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for wanting to talk to me.
It is baseball season, so this is the perfect time for the show to be coming out.
It is perfect.
As far as the Chicagoland area, there's a lot of people passionate about baseball, and so many people will sell their souls if they were put in a similar situation as we see in the show.
Yeah, oh, it's true. And I love baseball, but I grew up in a city that didn't have a team, so like I don't have a diehard team, but my husband does. So he will often go and sit. He's a Mets fan, so he will often go when they play the Cubs and deal with the heckling from the Cubs. He also loves the Cubs,
he also loves the Cubs,
but the Mets are above. Yeah.
A little bit above that. For someone who hasn't seen the show before, this might be their first time. Give us a little bit of the plot.
Yeah, so this is it's an old chestnut of a musical. It's a man, Joe Boyd, who is a rabid Washington Senators fan, and the Washington Senators are not a very good team. And basically, he says out loud, I would sell my soul for just one long ball hitter. And then a mysterious man shows up and basically says, if you sell me your soul, I will make you the best ball player in the world. And so Joe has to make the decision to leave his home and his wife to go become the best baseball player. But he's sort of, because he's a real estate agent, gives himself an out. So the rest of the play is the devil basically trying to keep him, and Joe, struggling between this great fame and also the love of his life and home. So
I think, I mean, not just in this show, but I think that's just the challenge that so many people face, whether you want to succeed in a career and you want to succeed in a life goal or something on your bucket list, but realize sometimes something has to be given up to achieve that, and you can't always achieve those two things simultaneously.
yeah, it's a really fun, bizarre way of basically saying that exact thing, which is, yes, sometimes your hopes and dreams can come true, but we like everything. There are definitely compromises that we have to make, and which ones of those are we willing to take in order to have what we think we want? And is what we think we want what we actually want, or is what we have what we actually want? So
A good
yeah.
question as you're leaving the show to be able to ponder with whoever you came with and talk about that.
I think so. I think so. And you're absolutely right. It is the perfect time of year to be doing it. I mean, we were rehearsing on opening day, and it was really cool to be driving here, listening to all of the excitement on the news about opening day, and to be coming to do a musical about baseball.
Especially, times are changing and there's new productions that are coming out, but the world of sports and the world of theater sometimes don't always collide or intersect. Talk a little bit about the importance of the show, because maybe not everybody has had a place where they felt seen or felt accepted, and be able to kind of see those two worlds come together.
That's a really great question, because you're right. I mean, it is a world that often people think they don't intersect. Artsy people, theater people, and sports people, that we are completely different, and that we don't have similar passions. And the truth of the matter is, everybody is different, and everybody has different loves and passions. And it is hard to do any theater that centers around a sporting event, because it's hard to stage that. But most people I know who I work with are amazing fans of insert sport here, be it football, baseball, hockey, gymnastics, diving. And it's really cool to see that intersection, and also to see the clever way that a theater can use to put a sporting event on stage. I mean, we're lucky. It's one of the many things about working in the round that's thrilling. A baseball diamond in the round, I mean, you've got your space right there. You've got home plate, first, second, third. And I just think it's a blast. And like I actually for a minute forgot we were doing this interview today, and I had on my Mets Granderson shirt, and I was like, maybe I'll save that for tomorrow.
I mean, especially too, you've been in over 25 productions there at Marriott Theatre, and I'm always fascinated. I always love the way that you take the traditional show that you may have seen at another theater, and you're like, oh, I wonder how they're going to stage it. And they always find a creative way. What can you preview as far as, you talked a little bit about the baseball diamond, but as far as how we're going to see this production brought to life here at the Marriott?
Well, what's cool for me is I've never actually seen Damn Yankees for a show that is so, so iconic and so many people know about. I had never seen it before. So I don't really know what is going to be different from more traditional proscenium. But I mean, the baseball diamond is in the round, but also like, you're dealing with magic. I mean, Applegate, who is basically the devil, he puts hexes on people to get them to do certain things, or when he shows up, or one of the things in the play is him making a cigarette appear out of thin air. And in the round, what's cool and challenging, and I actually always find the challenges really exciting here. It's one of the many reasons I love working here, is how do you show an illusion when there isn't a side of you that nobody can see? Like at least in a proscenium, you can, if there's stage combat, you can make sure that the person is facing a certain way so that when you go to throw the punch, it misses, but no one out front can see that. In the round, you don't have that luxury. So what's really been fun to watch is them figuring out, okay, how are we going to make old Joe Hardy turn into young Joe Hardy and have nobody see that? And it's this really cool use of the space and all of the people. It usually ends up being something as simple as that all of the people in the show become a barrier or a part of the magic. So that's really fun.
Awesome. Well, Heidi, thank you so much for your time today. Cannot wait to see the show April 12th through June 4th. So plenty of opportunities to go ahead and check it out. MarriottTheatre.com is where you go ahead and get those tickets.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you so much.